Hey, cars are awesome, whether you love racing them, modifying them, or just staring at them in awe. Cars can seriously improve your life. They give you something to get excited about and a way to connect with people. But here's the thing, talking about cars can be intimidating. You don't want to look like a total noob when someone starts dropping terms like 8-liter quad turbo W16 with DCT. Lucky for you, I am here to break it down so you can actually follow along in any car conversation and maybe even impress a few people. Let us start with the basics. Every car has an engine, a transmission, and a drivetrain. That's it. These three things are what make the car go. Engines first. Don't stress about how an engine works internally, just know what it does. Pistons move, air and fuel combust, and the car moves. Simple. The important stuff is engine notation. If you see something like 3.0 V6, here ask what it means. The last number, how many cylinders? More cylinders usually more power. A Civic has 4, a Mustang or Corvette 8, a Bugatti 16. The letter layout, V means the cylinders form a V shape. I means inline common for 4S and 6S, H or F flat layout like Subaru or Porsche. W and V compact layouts for crazy high cylinder engines. Next, displacement. That's the first number. 3.0L means all cylinders together displace 3 liters. More liters, more fuel, more power. And finally, induction. Most engines are naturally aspirated, air goes in by itself. But turbos and superchargers cram more air in for bigger explosions, more horsepower. Turbo uses exhaust, supercharger uses engine power. Now, onto transmissions. 2 types, automatic shift gears for you. Manual you shift with a stick and 3 pedals, more fun, more engaging. True car enthusiasts usually go manual. Power from the engine goes to the wheels, but how it gets there varies. Fed front wheels only, cheap and fuel efficient. Rude rear wheels, better for performance and drifting. All wheels, great for snow, mud, heavier and less efficient. Then, engine placement matters. Front, middle, rear. Front most common. Mid-exotic cars like Ferrari or Lamborghini. Rear mostly Porsche. Placement affects handling and traction. One last thing, limited slip differential. Most cars have open diffs. Power goes to the wheel that spins easiest. LSD splits power between wheels, better traction and drifting potential. Alright, now you know engines, transmissions, and drivetrains. Combine them in different ways, and you get all types of cars. Econobox cheap, fed, front engine, gets you from a to B. Think old Hyundai, Chevy Spark. Muscle car rude, big V8, straight line fun, Mustang, Camaro. Luxury smooth, comfy, powerful, Lexus LS, Rolls-Royce Phantom. Sports car lighter, faster, handles well, Civic or Golf tuned for fun or purpose-built coupes. Supercar extreme performance, compromises on daily usability. Ferrari, McLaren, Lamborghini, hypercar insane, million-dollar machines. Bugatti, Koenigsegg, Pagani, and that asset. Now you can actually talk about cars like you know what you're doing, without nodding blankly or dreaming about violence. You understand engines, gearboxes, drivetrains, layouts, and types of cars. You're basically certified, so next time someone starts dropping quad turbo W16 DCT in conversation, you can nod, but this time, you actually get it.